Hello and welcome back. Today we're continuing my world record attempt. I'm trying to get the most coins in a collection from the same year. I focused on pennies from the year 2000 because they're so numerous and not as expensive to keep as higher denominations. We're currently sat at a total of 25,087 coins from the year 2000. Towards our record, we've got to get to 51,504 to match that world record. Kindly, people have been sending coins into the POBox, which we didn't look at in the last penny update because of the way I recorded them, but we will at the end of this video be seeing all the pennies have been sent into the POBox. And as ever, those that have been kind enough to send them in, you feature on my appreciation boards, which again you will see at the end of the video once we've gone through those pennies from the POBox. But I guess without further ado, let's get into this first bag. We are on the cusp of being halfway there. It's so cool. So let's get there. First half of the bag, we've got another 40. That takes our total to 25,127. A couple of oddities. We've got this Jersey Tower, which I'm sure we're all familiar with. We've seen a fair few of these in the past from 2008. Another one there. This one from 1998. And then our first foreign coin, it's a Romanian 10 Bani. We find a fair few of these. It's odd because although it is a similar size and shape, it is the totally wrong colour. But no, pretty cool. But let's see what we get in the second half of the bag. There we go, another 41. Not the best returns from this bag, but it's not the worst by far. Taking us to 25,167, so we're edging ever closer to that halfway mark. A couple of oddities. We've got another territory one from Gibraltar. It's the Mace of Assembly House, I believe it, if memory serves. Very cool. And then we've got this one, which may seem like a normal penny, but we flip it over and it's got a giant bit of cud on it, so an extra lump of metal that somehow appeared in the minting process. I've no idea if these kind of errors are valuable at all. I would imagine not, because these cud coins sometimes do appear. I think I've got a couple of 10 pences where it's similar like that. It's the first time I've ever, I think, if memory serves, it's the first one I found on a penny, but I think it's pretty cool and will definitely go into my oddities pot, but no. Very, very cool. And here we go with bag number 2. First half of the bag, we've got another 41 pennies from the year 2000, taking us to 25,209. We did also get some more oddities. We've got the Guernsey crab, which is very cool. We've got 2 10 Banis from Romania. And then 1 Jamaican, 25 cents. Which that did stand out quite a bit, because I saw the face first and I was like, hang on, that's not the Queen. But there we go. Pretty cool little finds, but let's see what we get in the second half of the bag. Second half of the bag only brings us 36. That's a particularly poor showing, but it takes us to 25,245. We've got a fair few oddities to make up for the lack of pennies we found. Jersey Tower. A second Jersey Tower. And the final third Jersey Tower. All very cool. And then 2, these Australian, no, New Zealand, aren't they? Yeah, New Zealand 10 cents. And they're pretty cool. I like the design on them. They're pretty neat ones. I must have almost a complete date run of these by now, because they're one of the more common foreign coins to turn up in these penny hunts. But let's move on to the next bag. Here it is, bag number 3. Well, another 42. That takes us to 25,287. So we're getting a few more. We haven't cracked the 50 yet, but we got a fair few oddities from this bag as well. A really gross Jersey Tower. Irish penny. It's pretty cool. And then 2 more Romanian baddies. They are turning up thick and fast, those Romanian baddies. But there we go. Let's see what we get in the next half. There we go, another 43, bringing our grand total to 25,330. And then we've got 2 oddities, both Jersey Towers. There we go. Cool stuff. Well, should we get into the next bag? And here we go, bag number 4. Only 33 more. That was a little bit disappointing. It brings our running total to 25,363, and again, one more oddity, and it's another 10 Banny. We're getting all the Bannies in today's video, it would appear, but let's hold out hope that maybe the next half of the bag will be much luckier. It was a bit luckier, we got another 38, which takes our running total to 25,401. With two oddities, we've got this Isle of Man, the workbench one, which I haven't seen for a while, it's pretty cool. Very nice. And then this Isle of Man one as well. So the Isle of Man bag, it would seem. But one more bag and we're halfway through the video. Here we go. Bag number 5, marking the halfway point. Another 41. That takes us to a grand total of 25,442. No oddities in the first half of the bag, unfortunately, but we'll see what we get in the rest of this bag. Only another 39, sadly, not the big score we're after. It takes us to 25,481, but some interesting oddities. So we'll start with this one. This is a Jersey Tower, which is pretty cool, but we've seen loads of them. We then have this one here, which is one of my favourite pennies from different territories. It's a Falkland Islands one. Those cute little penguins. And then the final one has a farthing, which is pretty cool. I think this happened once before to me. I found a farthing in my pennies once. 1943 with the portrait of King George VI, my favourite portrait of UK monarch on UK coinage. So, not bad going for halfway through. We've got another few more bags to get through though, but I'm going to wash my hands because, as you can tell, this is disgusting and I need a bit of a break, so let's see what we get in the next bag. Well, quite a bit of time has elapsed since the last bag and this bag, although momentarily in the video it has been quite some months. I've taken a little bit of a break from hunting through the pennies, but I've got a huge backlog to work through. We're going to finish off this video and then I've got a monster amount to do for the next update, which should come sometime in January. So then, let's get into this bag, see what we get. First half of the bag brings us another 45, takes us to a grand total of 25,526. We've got a couple of interesting oddities as well. We've got one 10 Banny from 2013, another 10 Banny from 2019, and then this one here, which looks fine, but I just saw these little extra bits of cud metal, which sort of jumped out at me, so I decided to keep it. No intrinsic value in that, I just thought it was a nice little oddity to add to my little collection of oddity coins, but we'll see what luck we get in the second half of the bag. Second half of the bag brings us another 50. Good results on that. Takes us to 25,576. Couple more oddities. We've got this New Zealand 10 cents, which is very cool. And then another 10 Banny. This is the bag of the Bannies, it would appear, but we'll see what luck we get in bag number 7. Here it is, bag number 7. Well, there is another 41. It takes us to 25,617 pennies from the year 2000. A couple of oddities. We've got this Jersey Tower, which we're all very familiar seeing in these penny hunts. We find tons of those, which is very cool. And then Gibraltarian Partridge, which again is a pretty deep find. So let's see what we get in the second half of this bag. There's another 43. It takes us to 25,660. Bizarrely, no oddities found in the second half of this bag, but we're making good progress. We've got a few more bags before we wrap off, so let's carry on. On we go then with bag number 8. So there is another 43. It takes us to 25,703 pennies towards the world record. Unfortunately, no oddities to be had, or territories or whatnots in the rest of this bag, but we'll see what the other half of the bag gives us. There we go, another 50. Bit better than the previous one. It takes us to 25,753, unbelievably. Again, no oddities. So this is a whole £20 worth of pennies that we got no oddities in, which is very bizarre. But anyway, we've got another bag coming right up. Well, here we go. Penultimate bag for the video before we get into the ones from the POBox. So there's another 47, takes us to a nice, very round 25,800, with 200 off of 26,000, which is bonkers. In terms of oddities, we've got one, zoom in actually, this was Jersey, wasn't it? Yes, Jersey, cool design. And then this one, which I thought was really neat, it's only a 1995 penny, but it's that mirror finish on it. Surprised me. Every now and again I'll find like a brand new 2020 one that's very shiny, but made in 1995, before many of my viewers were born, it has to be said. But for that mirror finish, again, again, that's one that's going to go into my oddities pot and kept. Who knows where that's come from, why it's so shiny, but we'll see what we get in the next half of the bag. We round this penultimate bag off with a nice round 50, which keeps us in round numbers, 25,850, and one oddity, which we've seen these before plenty of time. It's a Jersey Tower. But we've got one more bag to go through before we get to the POBox one, so let's do that now. And here it is. The hunt is drawing to an end. As I keep saying, we've got those POBox ones to go through, but it has reinvigorated me. I'm going to get more on top of the penny hunt, get through that humongous backlog I have of pennies in my cupboard where I keep them. I might even insert a photo just to show you how many I've got to hunt through ready for the next update. But anyway, let's get into this last bag, see what we get. Keeping it round figures, first half of the bag brings us another 50, which takes us to 25,900. We're 100 off of 26,000, which is pretty cool. No oddities in that half of the bag, unfortunately, but we've got one more half of the bag to go through. We'll finish this bag with another 40, taking us to 25,940 in total for the hunt. One oddity found. It's a Thailand one bot, I think. It might be one Satang actually, but not sure. Anyway, a pretty neat oddity to find, a little bit more exotic than the New Zealand ones that we tend to find, or trying to think what else we find. The Romanian 10 bannies too, but no, pretty cool. Now we need to get into some POBox pennies. Well, this has just reminded me why I need to be doing this more often. I have got not one, not two, oops, not even three, but 4 money boxes to get empty. So let's get cracking. Wowza, well that took a little bit longer than I was anticipating. So we've got these, but we've also got these 2 giant bags from Steve from Leicester, who gave them to me at the last time we were at the Royal Mint. So I'm going to have a quick whiz through these and check they're all from the same year, and then find out how many we've accumulated since this last penny world record update. Well, that took a lot longer than I thought. I had checked through them all. All these are from the year 2000, just so you can see. Oh! That is a mixing bowl full of pennies from the year 2000. I've got a little tub of 2 pences, 2 pennies, 2 pences, and then a couple of other silver ones. It's worth doing because I found a whole slew of things that weren't from the year 2000. So all the ones I've checked through, it's actually a very good return in terms of how few I found. So a massive thank you anyway for everyone that does send them in. But I always think it's worth hunting through it. But oh, my wrist after going through all these coins. Now I've got to count and find out how many there are. Luckily, I've got a machine to do that for me, though. Well, there we go. A mixture of the amount of time it's taken me to get back around to doing one of these videos, and the kind and generosity of people of helping me to get towards my world record. That was an additional 5,022, which brings us to 30,962, which is an absolute monstrous amount, and I endeavour to make sure that I make another update of this very, very soon. I would even tentatively say I guarantee the next one will be out in January. He says, expecting to fail on his promises, but I will endeavour to do so. I must apologise as well, given the amount of time it's taken me this last week to get this video finished. I am recording very late last night, so finishing this off. I don't have time to update the appreciation boards, which I generally will do once I've recorded it all. I will then go back and check all the names that I've got are up on the board, and I haven't had a chance to do that, and that would take another hour, which is going to take me to a silly o'clock of the night. So my promise that the next penny world record update, we will start with the appreciation boards for everyone that was added for this humongous pile of coins that I've been given towards my world record, because I'm very grateful and thankful for everyone that does help contribute towards the world record. I mean, this is a monumental, huge step forwards towards it, and helped somewhat by the fact that it's been a long time since I've updated you guys on this world record attempt, but I will endeavour to get back on the horse and do it more regularly, especially I've got a monstrous hunt that I'm planning to rope some help in at the next Royal Mint trip to try and kill through the big backlog of pennies I've got to sought for the world record. But again, massive thank you to everyone, and you'll be thanked as you should well be on my next world record update. But I hope you can bear with the patience with me in doing so. If I had more time today, I would have done that, but I left myself a lot to do in the last day, and I've achieved an awful lot, so I'm very thankful for your patience. But you'll be on the board, don't you worry. In fact, maybe I'll even endeavour to do that this week and post it on social media, so you do get the recognition somewhat, just not in this video, which I apologise for. But anyway, I'm prattling on now. For those of you that watch this far in the video, you might be interested to know I have a Discord server. You can click the link down in the description to come and join that. If you're not on Discord, you can catch me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and there's the POBox you can write into as well. All that leaves me to do now is thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for more coins. Bye.